Guys, before we start with today's video, I just want to tell you guys that we have officially released the third channel. As you all know, Mr. Weather Forecast has released the official Mr. Weather Forecast Shorts. Why? Because we have officially have 50 subscribers. 53 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it, guys. So without further, guys, let's start with today's forecast. So, in today's forecast, you can see that Hurricane Fiona races all the way from the western side into the eastern side, but it's gonna head into some portions of the Atlantic of Canada. Why? Because it's heading that way. As you all know, it disappears, but then later, a new activity is going on. You can see that there is a new tropical storm we have to worry about. Not only that, there might be a few answers or questions, or maybe answers. Maybe it's a few answers why Hurricane Fiona is not heading to Florida. Because one, Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle may be pushing it away. Now, why? Because Bermuda Triangle is a myth and it's not real. Well, I do believe in the Bermuda Triangle because Bermuda Triangle is a legend, but still it's real and I still believe it. And I still believe it's real, but it's not real for me. But still, it's real from my source. Whatever. But still, as I said again, Hurricane Fiona is going to go from here to somewhere into the Atlantic onto Canada. Why Canada? Because Canada had no idea that Canada was going to head up there. Why? Because Canada is going to release a few of the activities. You can see, guys, that Canada may be the source of hurricane activity. But why? Because if we see Hurricane Fiona races all the way from here to Canada. So, guys, be prepared because you guys are about to experience hurricane. And how? Because that's what's gonna happen. Do not be scared, guys, because Storm Raiders do not get scared. We are strong people and we have the good ideal to protect you guys from this storm. So without further, guys, let's start with today's Hurricane Edition episode 16. Without further, let's start. So, we're taking a look at the satellite imagery. You can see that Hurricane Fiona is from here, from the Atlantic, from the tropical Atlantic to Atlantic, and then heading for Canada. Now, Canada's way up there. Why Canada? Because it's the source to it. Well, not true, because the source is not ready to be active. Why? Because there might be a few answers to say. You can see that Fiona is right here, and as you can see, Fiona is currently right now out there. But there are three more formations that are cyclone chances going on. We have our first one on the 60, which is forming into the Southern Caribbean Sea, which could be the blame or could be the claim to this heading from here to there. Why? Because it's going to head this way to that way. Not only that, we also have another 40% chance that we need to worry about. Well, not worry about because it's the 30, because this is 20 and this one is an 80. As you can all see, it's forming as you can all know, it's in the east central of the tropical Atlantic. We also have another one going on in Africa and moving away from Africa and somewhere else in the tropical Atlantic or eastern tropical Atlantic. And we also see that there's tropical storm Gaston, or Gaston, I think that's his name, Gaston. So yeah, Gaston is moving right away from it. But that threat is over going that way. But this is our major threat. Hurricane Fiona goes from here, trying to head for Bermuda, but then pushes her way into Canada. Why Canada? Because Canada had no idea it was going to be Fiona. So guys, be ready for Fiona, because Fiona is about to go on. So, if we take a look at the area or the information that's going on, as you can all know, hurricane conditions are expected for Bermuda tonight through Friday morning. Why? Because it's going this way to that way. How is that? Because this is maybe a few answers to that. First, Hurricane Fiona is expected to affect the portions of Atlantic Canada as a powerful hurricane force cyclone late Friday and Saturday, and significant impacts from high winds, huge surge, and heavy rainfall are becoming increasingly likely. Hurricane and tropical storm watches are in effect for much of Atlantic Canada because Canada is about to get the real threat for it. Because down here, you can see that thing, this monster is heading from here to Canada. Now, Canada, you better be ready for the storm. As you all know, Canada is under the threat of Hurricane Watches, which is right now. As you can all see, there is a Hurricane Watch, which is issued from the National Weather Service or the National Hurricane Center. So, as we all see on the third one, large swells generated by Fiona are expected to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions along much of the east coast of the United States, the Bahamas, Bermuda, and Atlantic Canada during the next few days. Why is that? Because it happens. Also, gotta go back because thank you guys for waiting and the patience. So guys, I know my parents were bargaining for it, but that's not the main cause. The cause is that there's Hurricane Fiona, and Hurricane Fiona, boom, there it is. So, if we take a look at the wind speed probabilities, you can see that there is Fiona. Fiona's right here. As you can see, it's to the 90s, but later as it goes forward into Canada, it will decrease to the 90s to the 80s and into the 70s and 60s and 50s, and then it will dissipate away from the 50s to the 40s and then the 10s and 5ths. So as you all know, this is where Fiona's direction is going to go on into the portions of the eastern of Canada. And as you can see, Gaston right here, you can see that there it is, there he is. As you can see that it's moving away, as you can see moving away, but it's in the 90s, then later it will dissipate, and then it will dissipate away until from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s to the 60s, 50s, 40s, and 30s, and then 20s, 10s, and then 5ths until it dies. But still, our main concerning is this one that Fiona is about to threaten that area. So, if we're going to take a look, we're going to take a look at the model data. As you can all see, there is Fiona right now. As you all know, that it's currently unavailable because it doesn't show. As you can see, Fiona races from here, from the Bermuda into the Canadian or Canada Atlantic or Atlantic, whatever. I can't even say it perfectly. Into the Atlantic Canada. So you'll see it goes forward, and as you can see, some models prove that it will go here into there. But my guess is that it will go here and then race from here and then move up there. That's how it's gonna work. As you can see, there it goes to Canada a bit later. It will depress and then become a tropical storm, which this will be a very, very, very painful day where you guys are gonna experience it. So guys, if you guys live in Canada, make sure you guys are in your safe spots. Let's just say it again. If you guys are under the hurricane threat, what should you do? What is your number one condition to do? And what should you actually be doing right now? Well, there might be a few answers by this crisis of hurricanes. So if we're gonna go say a few words how you should do on hurricanes, well, that should be a good answer to answer this question. How do you guys survive a hurricane? How? And what should you do? What should you do right now if a hurricane is ready to come to your area? So, what should you actually do? What you should actually um, do when a hurricane comes? Now, what should you do? Well, once the hurricane is in your area, stay inside and get away from the windows as possible, such as skylights, glass doors as well. The most safest area during a hurricane is an interior room or the closet, downstairs bathroom, and never go outside because if you go outside, it's going to push you away and you're going to be locked into the air wherever it's going to take you there. And whatever you do not go outside or never go outside for protection. Always stay inside in your house. And whatever you do, do not ever go outside if there's a hurricane. Even if you're a hurricane pro, that's still not enough because hurricane force are very unpredictable to rise. So what you should do, stay inside, away from windows, stay tuned with the local weather or national alerts from your area, such as Ready Alert from Canada. Also, be ready to turn off all main energy sources, or else this hurricane can knock out your power. Also, use hurricane equipment carefully. Also, beware if water is in your house, because if water is in your house, it will flood your whole house and drift it away. It's gonna push it out of the way. And if you guys are in the hurricane area, which currently Hurricane Fiona is going to go all the way from here to there, as you all see it disappear because you know why. But still, if you guys are in the hurricane path, all you need to do is do what it has to do. Get water. You gotta do whatever's necessary. Get water. Get food. Get money, and whatever you do, get these supplies, get a waterproof box or waterproof case that protects your files, because files are important for your insurance, agencies, anything else. Do what's best. Get food, water, shelter, and even get, well, not don't get shelter. Well, yeah, get shelter as well. Also, get extra batteries, get flashlights, get medical supplies, even get clothing if it's necessary, because it is necessary because these hurricanes can push their out of their way. And also get a battery powered radio which will tune into your Canadian radio alert. Also, get a waterproof case or a box that protects your files, such as your agency files, your insurance, anything else. Keep it safe in a waterproof case. So what you should do what's that necessary right now. So if we take a look at the satellite imagery, as you can see, yeah, it's moving away. But still, that is our number one concern. Why? Because there might be a few ideas. Maybe this area is still hungry for more storms. Why? There might be maybe a few answers to it. Why there's too many tropical activity? Because that's what's currently happening. But that's not only that. We're gonna take a look with, yeah, since Fiona is gonna move away from here to there, there is this tropical storm which we have to worry about. Why? Because this storm is going to move down here, moving from here to there. So please be aware of this storm. As y'all see, Hurricane Fiona may move away, but there is a new tropical storm which you guys may need to worry about. There is a new tropical storm which is formed from there. As y'all know, we go backwards into the home and we take a look. You can see that there is a new tropical storm or disturbance 80. There's an 80% chance of cyclone formation, which is claimed to be this to there to there. So why? Let's take a look what is actually 80% going on. In the southeastern of Caribbean Sea, satellite wind data and surface observations indicate that an area of low pressure has formed in the southeastern Caribbean Sea through the associated showers and thunderstorms. Activity remains disorganized. The environment is forecast to become more conducive for development, and a tropical depression is likely to form in the next day or so. The low is forecast to move northwestward and be over the central Caribbean Sea. This weekend where conditions are are expected to be conducive for additional development. Locally heavy rainfall and gusty winds are likely to affect the Windward Islands in northern Venezuela and the ABC island chain today. These impacts are likely to spread to the northeastern of Colombia later this evening. Enters in Jamaica should closely monitor the progress of this system. Formation chance is 48 hours, high 80% chance. Formation chance through 5 days, high 90% chance. So, this is what you guys are going to be expectingly happen when Fiona disappears into Canada. This storm will go this way to that way. So, guys, be ready for this storm because this storm is about to go down. So, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. I know this video was very informative for you guys. I know how to go because my parents were here, but still that's none of the business I have to deal with. But still, guys, thank you guys for watching, and as I said again, subscribe to my channel and subscribe to my new official channel, the Mr. Weather Forecast Shorts. And not only that, I will officially, maybe by sometime Friday in the afternoon, I will officially make a new, well, I'll officially release the Storm Raiders Studios, which is my podcast, which is like most likely a podcast video. So without further, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. And as always, let's go Storm Raiders. Thank you guys for watching. As always, peace.